space of beauty. There's like technology space, there's diets, there's services, but the beauty industry is the biggest one by far. It's actually growing at a rate of $1 billion a month in the United States. Okay? It's going to be the biggest space there is until the day we all die. It's not going anywhere. And when we drill down this big space of beauty, the sweet spot of that is anti-aging. Have you ever noticed when you go into any department store, whether it's Nordstrom's or Target or anywhere, the most real estate goes to anti-aging products, right? It's all the rage, and it will continue to be. It's not going anywhere. It's what we call a sticky, evergreen space. Doesn't matter what season it is, doesn't matter what goes on with the economy, doesn't matter, what's going on with anything. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be huge. The number one product in the anti-aging space in the United States is Miriam. Yes, yeah. It's not Miriam. I don't know why you guys are here, but it's next door. No, it's Miriam. So here you are with the opportunity to be a part of building the global brand of Miriam. Okay? In the biggest space there is, with the largest amount of retail dollars being pumped into it every single month in the U.S. And that's not even counting where it really matters. Like in Asia, they spend more money on anti-aging than all the other countries combined. Okay? We also have some industry benefits, like tax benefits. Some people join something like this just because they need to have a write-off. Write off my parking, write off my gas, write off my travel, write off my beauty treatments because I'm researching, that kind of stuff. No boss and no employee. Last night I told this little story. I'll tell you because I don't usually say it. But anyway, I used to pump gas. There's no fancy way to say that. At the marina where I live. First of all, I was valedictorian in high school. Yeah, the other 9 people didn't even graduate. It's almost like you guys believe that. It's huge, high school. Anyway, and then I was going to UW. I went there for like 15 minutes because I didn't know if I wanted to be a whale trainer or a news anchor. So it kind of screwed up my classes. And anyways, I end up working for the marine facilities, which really meant I pumped gas, like full-on uniform. You guys remember Gomer Pyle, right? The name tag Sarah, the skin striped shirt, the navy blue men's pants. Yeah, it's awesome. So here I am pumping gas, and then my friends are rolling in from my high school, right? They're expecting me to be like something, not pumping their gas in their Bayliner. So I'm like pumping gas, and I'm having this sort of woe-me thing. But I remember that when I got hired, they told me if I worked there for a year, I got $1 raise, y'all. So I was like, yeah, it's been 6 months. I'm going to stick around. Give myself $10 an hour. You guys can all, So I'm pumping gas for a year. And I don't even remember how old I was. I'm thinking I must have been like 22, 23. And my year came up. I got my paycheck, and I did not get my raise. So I marched myself right into Mr. Baker's office. And I'm like, Mr. Baker, where's my raise, bro? I didn't say it like that, but they were like, excuse me, I didn't see, you say the word. So he said, Sarah, I never said you got a raise. And I was like, thinking to myself, wait, what? So I waited these last 6 months to go from $9 an hour to $10 an hour, and you're saying that was all for nothing? Like I've been pumping gas, I smell like gas every day for nothing. And in that moment, you guys, I'll never forget it. His desk was right here, and I'm looking at him, and I had this epiphany where I was like, I will never let someone else tell me what I'm worth again. Like, I am out of here, and I'm not going to find myself in this position again. So, Mr. Baker, it sucked. I marched myself right back to my desk and pumped some more gas. So anyway, this industry, there is no ceiling. We all get a raise every single month, or every week if we want to. And sometimes we find ourselves, and some of you might be in this position where you have to work harder to make more money, or even if you work harder, you don't make any more money, or you have to wait for someone to die before you can get to that level. So this alleviates all that. And then after you get the right space where you got a product that's going to stick around, which I didn't mention, we have to be proprietary. You guys remember energy drinks? When energy drinks first came out, this was several years ago, the drug marketing company was huge. They created their own space. It was a big deal. Everybody was getting rid all the energy drinks? Nobody really knows. They had to sell it on their story. What's the difference between Monster and Rockstar? I don't know. The size of the can, the logo, I don't know. They're all basically the same thing. And so pretty soon that industry was gone. Because then Walmart got a hold of it, Target got a hold of it, Costco got a hold of it, and now you can get an energy drink at every gas station near your house, right? So the fact that we're proprietary, that we have a patent on something that nobody can copy, where there's a minimum of a 15-year barrier of entry globally, is significant. So then you have to have the right leadership. The last company I was in, where I was only there for a year and a half, my CEO might as well have been Lindsay Lohan. Okay? I'm not kidding. Not in a good way. The prior Herbie the Love Bug years, okay? She was a nightmare. She was a train wreck. And all of the decisions she made revolved around her happiness that day. You know, just what she felt like doing. And it wasn't about the longevity of the company and preserving the integrity of what we were trying to do. So the products were good, but it didn't matter how good the products were if who was backing it was so backwards, right? So Jeff Olson, his nickname in the industry is the Millionaire Maker for a reason. He's been everywhere. He's been one of us. He's been a brand partner. He's been a CEO. He's been an owner. He's been on the board of directors. He's been around. And a couple things I like to say to sort of give him credibility. The first one is every year there's a global summit for the top 100 companies in the world. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. They span several countries. They have a huge product line. They get together every year at a summit and do whatever they do. Compare Rolexes and stuff. And he's been the keynote speaker at the summit for the last 15 years. Even before he had his own company, he was still the keynote speaker. I mean, people were like chasing him down the hallway, like wanting to go to the bathroom next to him to get like 45 seconds with him. Because he's that good. And he's our CEO. He also wrote the book, The Slight Edge. I don't have anybody read it? Okay. It's an amazing book. I highly recommend you read it. It has nothing to do with Miriam. It was written before Miriam was ever an idea, but it's an amazing book about just how your choices in life lead to where you go, either in a good way or a bad way. What I love most about him is his whole purpose here is to change the paradigm of the industry. Because have you guys ever heard anything like, oh, is that a pyramid? Then don't do that, you lose all your money, and nobody ever makes any money, and those kinds of things, right? Would you agree that there's a right way and a wrong way to do just about anything? Right? You can have the same basic ingredients that turn out two different things. Like, hello, I see something on Pinterest, and then I make that. And you can't even tell what it is, right? It's supposed to be enchiladas, it looks like dog food, right? But on Pinterest, it's like amazing. So there's a right way and a wrong way to do everything. And there is definitely been companies in the industry over time that have done it the wrong way, where it is a lot of trail of tears and smoke and mirrors and inventory loading and only the people at the top get paid and money being exchanged for promises instead of products and all that kind of stuff. So that does go on. And it takes a long time to relieve that reputation. But Jeff's whole mission, his whole legacy is to turn this industry around. So instead of hearing things like, oh, is that a pyramid? You're going to hear things like, oh, is that company where you don't have to buy any inventory, where everybody's driving Lexuses and making great money? Is that company that's giving back to big brothers and big sisters and supporting the happiness movement and continuing all this cancer research? Like in a good, positive way. That's what he's here for. He's attracting people, you guys, like Les Brown, who's one of the most sought-after motivational speakers on the planet. Marilyn Diamond, who wrote Fit for Life. She's never endorsed another product in her 30-year career. She's the best-selling author of all time, even more than Breaking Dawn, or what is it? What's that called? Vampire stuff. Yeah, Twilight. And she's not only endorsing Miriam, but she's like making it part of her PBS specials and all the different things she's doing in her own career. And these people aren't coming because they need a job. They're coming because they want to be part of the movement. They want to be able to say, I was there when, I was a part of that, I contributed to this huge global halo that is Miriam. And so it's a lot more than skincare. I guess that's what I'm trying to convey to you here. Forget about skincare, forget about direct marketing. Be part of building this global brand that is going to change the paradigm of the industry. That opportunity does not come back around. It's a huge opportunity for you at whatever level you want to play. So Jeff Olson's the guy that's going to do it for us. buying our stuff, buying our paycheck, buying our trip. You know, I have a box of mango chapstick still in the garage from about 7 years ago when I needed to buy it so I could go on a trip to the Bahamas. $14 a tube, mango chapstick, which now is old, and anyway, I don't know why I still have it, so I can use it to step up to get a paper towel. Okay, it's a pretty expensive step stool, just saying. But Justin steps backwards, and it is backwards. So he says, you invest in us one time, and we're going to continue to invest in you as long as you need us to. So every time you sign up a customer, you get a free bottle. Every time you sign up a brand partner, you get a free bottle. Every 3 customers that ship out for you each month, you get a free bottle, and on and on and on. So you should never have to purchase a bottle of Miriam once you become a brand partner. I never have. I don't even know how to. We don't get a special discount. We don't have, there is no big old box of Miriam in my garage. Okay? And that's a huge difference between us and other companies, and lots of people coming over from their companies where they keep investing everything they make. They want to work with Miriam because most people don't join this because they have an extra $500 and a real need for skin cream. Okay? We have a Big Ripple, which I'll just briefly, we're the largest corporate sponsor of Big Brothers Big Sisters, not just financially, but we also have a lot of bigs in our company, brand partners that volunteer their time as well. We get 30% back to research. We've given away over $30 million back to brand partners. We have trips. We have a lot of personal development that is at your disposal. In our business kit, there's nothing that tells you how to sell Miriam. We don't sell it. We really don't. There's a lot of personal development stuff. Because Jeff's philosophy is make people better. If you're better on the inside, if you've got your stuff going on here, if you're happy, your finances are in order, you've got good relationships, that kind of thing, then people are going to be attracted to you, right? And then therefore attracted to Miriam by default because they want to hang out with you. You got some good mojo going on. As far as selling Miriam, really all it is giving someone a bottle to try and a tool, which would be a magazine, a video, or something. Hopefully this is sounding familiar to those of you guests this happened to you. Because hey, I'm excited, I got involved in Miriam. It's that one-step anti-aging treatment everybody's talking about. If I could get you a bottle to try it for a few days, would you use it? Take a before and after photo and give me your feedback. The good news is nobody says no. Nobody's going to say, oh, no, I won't try your product for free. No. Sure, I'll try it. I'll try it for free. Yeah. Okay, here's the bottle. I'm going to give you this quick magazine. Just thumb through it. I'm going to ask for feedback on that too. Or I'm going to give you a little video that tells you how it works and why it works, so watch that too. A couple days later, what do you like about what you read in the magazine or saw in the video? What do you like about what's going on with your skin after using it for a few days? What do your before and after photos look like? There's only a few answers, right? They can say, I hated it. I hated every minute of that video you sent me, and my skin looks like crap. Okay, well I guess I'll be taking that bottle back. Right? Thank you for your feedback. Duly noted. Now, what they're going to say more likely, I used it for a few days, I didn't notice a huge difference. To which I might say, well, duh. You're not supposed to go to bed and wake up like Cindy Crawford. It's only $80. No. But do you like it enough that you would give it a 30-day try? Knowing you can get your money back. Would you use it for a full 30 days, get your money back if you're not happy with your results? And then you would show them how to get it. Or they're going to freak out. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I used to have a spot right here. Can you see it? No, it's gone. And, okay, great. Obviously, they're going to want to buy everything to sell it. You see how easy that is? There's no spiel. You let the tool do all the work for you. You let the bottle do all the work for you. So there doesn't need anything in your kit that tells you how to sell it. Because everybody can do this. You don't need a lot of instructions. But I just gave it to you. It's a freebie. Trust your instruction. Okay? And in our back office, all of these videos I'm talking about and this presentation here, all kinds of things all come in your back office. We're a huge supporter of the young entrepreneurs, 18 to 24-year-olds. As a matter of fact, they're outgrowing us by 2 to 1. So that means that for every one person above 24 that joins our company, there's 2 18 to 20-year-olds. And that's actually a really big clue because typically that age bracket doesn't really embrace this type of business. They're more for more traditional business or no business at all. So what we have going on right now, it says December, but it might as well say January. We have 2 different kits. The Success Pack is $500. It comes with all of your training material, your marketing stuff, your website, and all of that, and 8 bottles of product, 4 bottles a night and 4 bottles a day. And remember, you give it to someone for 5 days and take it back, so each bottle can go through 5 or 6 people. It doesn't mean you can only give a prospect 4. And then your larger kit for $9.95 gives you 10 of each. The difference between the two is speed. If you think about each bottle as like a little fishing pole, If you have 10 poles in the water, you're going to catch more fish quickly than if you have 4 poles, right? So that's what it is. You just can be prospecting more people at a time and sort of condense things if you have more bottles out. Your first few bottles are emotionally attached to. Those of you brand partners in the room, you know what I'm talking about. You get your bottles, and you give it to your friend, and you're like, okay, 5 days. You better give it back. And you better love it. You better tell 50 of your friends about it. And I'm going to be getting it back on Saturday with you, right? And then your friend goes like, witness protection program. There's no bottle. It's like you handed someone a $100 bill.
Yes,
exactly. Yeah. So you need that back. Well, as you start to build your business and you start signing up customers and brand partners, remember I told you your inventory is going to be replaced for free. So then you're not as emotionally attached to it. So then you don't really care if you get it back. And then you're giving it to the person who sat next to you on the airplane, or the barista that you don't even know her name, or your neighbor down the road at the bus stop. People that you might not feel as comfortable, like, sending Repo Pete after them. You're going to give them those bottles, and if you don't get it back, it's not the end of the world. This is how smart Miriam is. Because they believe the product works, and they know if you can get it into people's hands, some of them are going to want to buy it or sell it. And if they can absorb all the risk and take all that away from you, you're more likely to share it. It's brilliant, right? So those first few bottles, you really do have to babysit them. There's no doubt. But after that, you know what, if you don't get it back, it's not the end of the world. But hopefully, you're still following up. But if for some reason one disappears, or you have to send it across the country to a friend in New York, it's not as much of a pinch for you. And I'm going to briefly just tell you how you get a Lexus. Most people wouldn't mind a free Lexus, right? Lori?
Right?
Yeah.
There's a few of us in the room.
Yeah. Next time I come back, the whole parking lot's going to be filled with Lexuses. Okay? So, let me tell you what that looks like. This is the rhythm of our company, and I'm explaining this for the guests, so hopefully this will make sense to you. You can ask questions at the end if it doesn't. You come on board, the rhythm is we help you find 3 brand partners and 3 customers as fast as you can. In your first 30 days is ideal. If you miss your 30 days, it's not the end of the world, but you're going to be leaving some money on the table. And our job is to help you maximize the confidence, right? We want you to get paid, promoted, that you believe in what you're doing, you're more excited about it, your friends believe in it, and you're on your way. So 3 customers, so your personal bottle of Miriam is free every month, and 3 brand partners so that you can get paid on everything that goes on in your team. When you do that, you're going to get a free bottle of Miriam for each customer, each brand partner, like I mentioned. And when your group volume is 500 as well, you get your iPad. That's pretty cool, right? Even if you have an iPad, a free iPad is not bad. So you have your 3 brand partners, and your group volume is 4,500. Now they're sending you an iPad. It might take you a week, it might take you 6 weeks, it might take you 60 days. Okay? And you've made your investment back, and you got promoted, and you're feeling good about life. Then all you need to do is teach your 3 to do what you did. Teach them to find their 3. When they get their iPad, or when they have their 3, and your group volume is 12,500, you can get your car. Does that seem like a low threshold to you? Because we all knew that, like one legend in our town that drove a pink Cadillac. You know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, I know someone who saw it the night of the drive-in. Yeah, okay? It's not like that in Europe. There isn't one person, that legend that drives the Lexus. Because it's such a low threshold. And again, this is how smart they are here, because they want you in a Lexus. Why? Because your friends are going to go, dude, you just started with that company. You're already driving a Lexus, because they're thinking about RRP for that Mary Kay, right? And you suck at selling. You have a Lexus? Maybe I should do this, because I'm not driving a Lexus. Right? I don't care if you're driving a Maserati, you still want to get a free Lexus from Miriam. And the way that it works is it's a allowance. So you go to the dealership, or you can go to third party. You pick out whatever model you want, whatever features you want, buy it, fix it. And the only stipulation is it has to be within like a 4 model year. They don't want you driving around in like a 1996 Lexus. But you're going to hook me up, They want someone to want to have it, It's a $500 stipend, so if your car payment is $375, they give you $375. If your car payment is $550, they give you $500. The next level is $750 and then $1,000. And I'll tell you right now, my level is $750, and I had to work to get my car payment up to $750. I mean, I was like, sure, tint the windows. Why not do the wraparound, whatever. Sure, free real changes for life, whatever. And the F&I jobs loved me because I get out my checkbook when I got my car. Like, I literally walked to the dealership and just picked out whatever I wanted, and I drove it off the lot. And I never even had to get out my checkbook. So that was pretty cool. And by this time, you made your investment back, you got your bottle, your business is rolling, your people are successful underneath you, and you just repeat, repeat, repeat. Repeat, 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 3 and 3, repeat, repeat, repeat. So it's not about, I need to know 50 people who want to use this. I need to know 50 people who want to sell this before I can be successful. Okay? This little piece of our comp plan has its own slide because it's really cool and it's hard to explain. So I hope that I don't create more questions and answers here, but it's definitely worth mentioning, the builder bonus. How many of you guys were in Texas when they announced this builder bonus thing? Did you see everybody like practically levitate, when they talked about it? I didn't, because I didn't know what it meant. So I was like, well, it must be good, because everyone else is freaking out, so I'm going to laugh, If you've been in the industry, you might recognize our coding system. There are lots of companies that are very successful and huge multi-billion-dollar companies. Their entire comp plan is just this. And this is one of the 11 ways you get paid. So the way that I try to explain it is this. Imagine if you were one of the founding members of Nike, and every time someone bought a pair of shoes, anywhere in the world, you get a penny. So people are buying shoes in Japan, in Jamaica, in Canada, in Afghanistan, wherever. Every time a pair of shoes rings across the register somewhere, you get paid a penny. Can you, for the rest of your life, can you imagine over time how much money that is? It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around. It's a lot of dough. Let's just be clear. It's a lot. Nike's a big company. You guys heard of it in Kansas? So, when you sign up your 3 people in your first 30 days, the rhythm I talked about, you are what's called Fast Start Qualified. There's a name for it. Fast Start Qualified, FSQ. Once you're in the code, you sign up your 4th person, and that person repeats the behavior. Remember I told you repeat, 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 teachers free to do that? So this person Fast Start qualifies, which means they sign up through your partner, you get a $250 bonus. Not bad, it's better than a kick in the teeth, right? $250. But the significance of this is that these 3 people here are also in your code. So when one or any or all of them repeat the behavior, the $250 rolls up to you. And they're 3, and they're 3, and they're 3, and they're 3, on and on for infinity. Infinity. Infinity down and infinity across. So not just your 4th person, your 5th person, your 6th person, your 100th person, your 200th person. Infinity, infinity, infinity. So catch this. 2 years from now, we'll all be waking up at the crack of noon. We got to go. We're going to look at our phone, and we're going to get a text message. Oh, we just got a $10,000 deposit today, Wednesday. It's paid out weekly, Wednesday, because Japan is up. And there's a bunch of people in Japan that just Fast Start qualified that are coded to me. I don't know them. I never met them. I didn't recruit them. I don't know how to pronounce their name. I'll never meet them. I don't speak their language. But they're coded to me because somewhere in one of my bonus days, someone knew someone who knew someone in Japan. And it started a whole coded leg for me in Japan. And oh, I got one in Australia. I've got 10 of them in Cairo. I have 30 of them in Canada. I have 1,000 different bonus codes. And every single day, someone in that code is Fast Start qualifying, Fast Start qualifying, Fast Start qualifying, and that 250 is coded to me forever. This is what we call legacy money. This will pay you for the rest of your life. It will pay your kids for the rest of their lives. It will pay your grandkids for the rest of their lives, and so on, and so on, and so on. It is insane. All because you were in the right place at the right time. I feel like, drop the mic. That's nuts, right? So, for example, you have 20 people in a week that hit that 250, and that's $5,000. You might have 50,000 people on your team, and only 20 of them in a week did it. So, that's right now. What about 10 years from now? How many bonus codes are you going to have? What about 20 years from now, if you're still doing this, how many bonus codes are you going to have? Why would you ever leave if you're getting paid weekly residual money that's your weekly checks are 6 figures, not to mention your month-end check? I don't know. Okay. We also have what we call live better bonuses, which is, you can see, 25,000 to $1 million. And you get those when you hit certain, like National Marketing Director, you get 25, 3-star, you get, 3 people become a National Marketing Director, you get $100,000 bonus, and so on and so on. which is great. I wouldn't mind $1 million bonus. I'll get one. You guys will get one. But the builder bonus is bigger than that. Because once that million is paid out, it's paid out. But that builder bonus is 250, 250, 250. We'll keep multiplying and multiplying and multiplying forever. So that's huge reach. Okay. That was my Donald Trump impression. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are still 250. So we had a lot of firsts. We were the first company to ever hit $100 million in their first year of business, and we did it with a bottle of night cream in the United States. Seriously? Seriously. Microsoft took them 9 years to get to $100 million. Apple, 4 years. And they were in multiple countries and had things going on when they hit it. $100 million in the first year with less than 1% market saturation in the US? Are you kidding me right now? Think about this, though. Is this the last slide? Yes. I want you to catch this. We've broken every record there is to break in this industry. You guys are sitting in seats that have never been sat in because nobody's ever done what we're doing. We did $300 million in our second year with the same bottle in the United States with still less than 1% market saturation, okay? The biggest thing going. Nobody does $300 million with a knife. And here's the beauty of that. We haven't even launched our company yet. We haven't even launched yet. 2014 is our launch year. 2014, we open international. 2014, we launch our contouring cream, which is a cellulite, well, if you don't need it, you know somebody who does. Cellulite treatment. Why do I automatically do this? Anyway, cellulite treatment that actually works. Just imagine having cellulite treatment that worked. Like you can see how much of a slam dunk that is. Like what huge, we're going to suck that market space, right? So if we're already doing $300 million with a bottle of night cream in the US where nobody even knows about us yet, what do you think things are going to look like for us in 2014, in December of 2014? Like it should keep you up at night. It should. Because where we're going in this next year is like nobody can wrap their brain around it. We will be the next billion-dollar company, and we'll do it within our first 5 years, which hasn't been done in over 20 years. Companies go on a billion-dollar run. They get to 100 million, 200 million, 300 million, maybe even $500 million. And they hit what's called the tipping point. And then they don't really know what they did to get there, so they don't know how to stay there. Either that, or they think they're hot stuff, so they go take kind of a broken model and go plant it in Canada, and then go plant it in Australia, and go plant it in all these other countries, and it starts failing in the US, and then it fails in Canada, and it fails and fails and fails until it's gone. Okay? There hasn't been a company that's hit the $500 million point and been able to not only sustain it, but go to $1 billion. And that's what we're doing. And it's not a matter of hope or if, I mean, it's already done. We're already going. There's no coming back. So what that means to you is that right now, by being in the right place at the right time with the right company, you get the opportunity to ride the company's momentum. Get on a train that's already going 100 miles an hour. Not hope it takes off, or maybe it'll take off, or if I do really well, it'll take off. It's already gone. It's done. 2 years from now, when everyone has heard of Miriam, doesn't mean everyone will be using it or everyone will be selling it, but everyone will have heard of Miriam because of what all the things they've got going. How many of you guys saw some of the doctors this week? Anybody? Pretty cool, right? You don't just get on the doctors, you guys. You don't just get on the View. You don't just, and all of these accolades. Well, all this stuff is only going to get more and more and more as we start launching. So everyone will have heard of Miriam. And the people who come on board 2 years from now will have to work a lot harder to create their own momentum. Whereas right now we get to overcome it. Does that make sense? So what we do in an hour right now will take 50 hours 2 years from now. Is it still going to be a good opportunity? Sure. But the best time for an opportunity is right now when it's in opposition. When people are going, what? What is that stuff? It's poisonous. That's a pyramid. You know, all those things that we hear that we think are negative, that's the best time to get involved in an opportunity. Because when everybody gets it, it's no longer an opportunity. It's just a company. It's still a great company, but it's not the same opportunity. Am I picking up what I'm putting down? Okay? It's kind of like, what if somebody came in and invented something that was just like Facebook right now? Would it be this huge mega success that Facebook is? No, why not? Because we already get it. We already believe in it. When Microsoft first came around, the reason why it was such a big deal is because they said everyone's going to have a personal computer, and they got laughed at. Everyone's like, why do you even want a computer? Now they're like, you're in your ring, whatever. But if another company like Microsoft decided to launch right now, they'd have to have something significantly different to create that same momentum, right? Because everybody gets it, everybody believes it. So that's where we're at with Miriam. People are opposing it. It's poisonous, it's a pyramid, I don't believe in it, whatever. And this is the time you want to get in. This is the time you want to do it. And I promise you this. I promise you two things. Number one, if Miriam were publicly traded, we would all be doing a heck of a lot more than investing $500. We would be like doing whatever we could to put as much money into it as we could. The second thing I promise you, I get a lot of people saying, well, how do I know that 5 years from now after using Miriam, I'm not going to grow like a third eye? I promise you there has been more research done on this product than anything else you put on your face. And this is serious stuff, and they're continuing to do research on it. They're continuing to do good things. By definition, it's an antioxidant. There is no decay of the cells. It's healing the cell by definition. But anyway, that's just something I hear. I just threw that out there for 3 weeks. So here's the deal. I don't care if you guys join this company or not. I really don't, and I hope that comes across in a good way. I mean that sincerely, because I already get it. I'm already going with or without you. These guys that are grandfathers are already going with or without you. We get it. I think it's pretty cool if someone invited you because they care enough about you to want you to come with them. Because, if I start signing a good diet, I don't tell my friends, So a good company that you tell your friends, that's awesome, you want them to come. But the worst thing you can do is wait. The worst thing you can do is say, you know what, maybe when the baby's born, maybe when I move, maybe when school's out, maybe when my life is less hectic, maybe when my job settles down. Because while you're waiting, someone else is telling your friends. And then your friends are going to come to you 2 months from now and be like, oh my gosh, have you heard of Miriam? It happens all the time. So do your due diligence. Google Jeff Olson, look into the product further, watch some of our videos, ask the questions, whatever you have to do to either talk yourself into it or talk yourself out of it. Either way, we're going to love you. If you want to be a customer, great. If you would rather chew glass and you're just waiting for me to shut up, that's okay. But for those of you who are you laughing because it's true? Or are you laughing? It's funny. If you are even 1% open to this, do yourself the favor and look into it and make a decision either way as soon as you can. Because we're running, we want you to come with us, we're doing huge things. You could look back on this a year from now and not even recognize your finances. You could position yourself where in 3 to 5 years you will never have to work again, and neither will your spouse, unless you want to. I said that for Lori, because she said you're never quitting. It's awesome. Anyway, so there's not a lot of opportunity. Well, there's no opportunities like that right now for the average person. And all we're here to do is support you in hitting your goals. It's not a matter of if you can, it's everybody will as long as you stick with it. There is nobody that won't get where they want to go if they will follow the system consistently. And I can say that with every fiber of my being, not only because I'm doing it, because I'm watching everybody else do it too. And I believe in the product, and I believe in Jeff Olson. And incidentally, it's a product-driven company. None of this happens if we don't have a product that works. There's 9 customers who want that partner. If something happens and nobody sells any Miriam, none of this works. And that tells you also by definition it's not a pyramid and it's sustainable. It's sustainable whether it was direct marketing or not. The product that can dominate a market without having any comp plan attached to it. That's what we have here. We're just fortunate enough that it has a comp plan attached to it. So that's my grand finale.